couple years down the road, you feel a mouth full of spit.
Oh, what?
You're driving, you got the windows down. Without taking your eyes off the road, you just unleash a mouthful of dip spit right out of your window.
Oh no.
You
Really?
kind of dig the dip out of your lip and you fling it out onto the highway. A bird picks it up. It was wintergreen. They make a nest out of it, and her birds are addicted to cigarettes. Okay.
Yeah.
She has like three little birds, and as soon as they can get out of the
Three
nest,
little
they're like
birds.
going to the local Walmart and they're
Those
just
two.
walking around the parking lot, just picking up cigarette butts. And, they're not lit or anything.
Of course.
I mean, occasionally they'll find a lit one, and that's when the fights start.
Yeah.
But 99 times out of 100, it's a dead butt, but they're just still inhaling it in.
Wow.
So those three birds are, pretty much doomed.
Why am I
But that's
why
further
am I
down the highway
why am I dipping? I've never done that.
because it's just kind of where you're at in life.
Yeah.
Both I guess like spiritually and frankly geographically.
What do you mean?
You are living just outside of Hot Springs, Arkansas.
All right.
A couple years from now, excuse me, you become enraptured by this little bitty, teeny, tiny alligator. Somebody posted a video of like them hatching an alligator. Excuse me. This family from Hot Springs, right?
Who are they?
And they're raising this alligator from birth, you know? Yeah. What'd you say?
Like what are they? What's their name?
They are, pardon me. They are the Lamberts. There's uh, there's Brittany and Chase Lambert.
Okay. Meet the Lamberts.
They yeah, the Lamberts. They come into possession of an alligator egg,
Okay.
and they wind up taking it home. They hatch it, they raise this baby alligator from birth. And you, for whatever reason, fall like head over heels in love with this cute little alligator, you know? And you watch it grow up, basically. You watch the day it hatched, you you watch it take its first shit, you know,
Uh okay.
as part of uh their live stream called For the Gator Good, right? And it was just like videotape milestone moments of this gator.
Okay.
There's one where it's like Gator's first catch,
Oh,
and
okay.
they put this Gator right in like a fucking swimming pool, and they release like a little bluegill in there, and this Gator just tears it up.
Okay. I thought you meant I saw these in real time. Like I actually happened to see him take his first shit.
No, but
But
no, you
I
didn't. But
see
you
it's
you
captured
saw the
on
video as soon
a
as it
video,
posted,
sure.
yeah. And that's what you think is that you're like, as much as you love this Gator, like you want to be there, you want it because you've been there. This is probably like 3 years in at this point
Yeah.
that you're like, I want to be there. I want to be a part of this Gator's life. I feel like like I've seen this thing grow up.
I'm into this.
You become like, man, you are deep into this. You buy their merch, you subscribe to the highest tier of all their shit that they do. You have all of the access. You get Lambert Gator Platinum Pass.
Yeah, what
It's
does he get?
329. It's 329.99 a month. And it gets you all the
What? That's
access you can handle. Yeah.
$329
Yeah. A month.
and 99 cents.
And
Fuck.
yeah,
That's so much money.
you get the Platinum Pass, which gives you access to all of it, right? You get they drop a new t-shirt every quarter. You get that, no questions asked. Um, you get like live tech support in case there's ever like an issue with your account, right? That's the thing that they offer you. You get uh as like the gator like grows, if any like parts of it like fall off, like like a scale or something, they will like pack it up and send it to you. You'll get like the bits that fall off the gator over the years.
Okay.
If it's ever in like physical combat with another reptile and like loses an appendage or something, they'll like seal that up and send it to you. There's a lot of perks for the platinum pass, to be frank.
It sounds like it.
Also, the Lamberts are in a very open relationship. Okay.
What?
And they make that abundantly clear. And uh
That's part of their thing on
they
Instagram.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She's doing much better than he is. Um, and like their posts are she's always like, I love my husband. He's my number one, but I love being in an open marriage. I get to go fuck whoever I want, whenever I want.
Okay.
And then there's like a quote from him, and he's like, but at the end of the night, we always, you know, uh, I'm always here. She comes home, and they're like very open about
Okay. I guess
it.
that's
So there's also like an insinuation that like, hey, you shell at 329 a month, you know, might have a shot. You know what I mean? You never
oh,
know.
real
Like
okay.
there's like,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
you
So
know,
hold on.
there's
So
some there's an insinuation.
one of the perks of I think you said it was the platinum level is that it's strongly
The
implied
platinum card.
that I might have the opportunity to have sex with one of these people.
Yeah, every single man that she's had sex with outside of her main marriage partner has been with a platinum member.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's
I don't know if that's just happenstance or if it's planned or what, but you
okay.
make sure that 329.99 comes out every month
Okay.
for a
I
lot
bet
of
I do.
reasons.
Yeah, I fucking bet I do. Okay.
But mostly because you love all the gator content. Again, it can sing, it can do like a little dance. They've taught it how to dance.
Yeah.
This alligator. You can play the piano.
What
You can
does it
play
play
like
on
you can
piano?
play like an alligator version of the piano. That's like an 8 note piano.
Alligator fish.
Yeah. They dress him up in like a little suit and tie and they sit him on the bench and he plays a little bit of a piano.
Wow.
But he he really blows up on the internet because of all of his dancing. He does a lot of
Yeah.
dancing, a lot of dancing to modern music, the
Okay.
hits of the day, right? And
Yeah.
people just can't get enough of this gator. Over the course of several years, uh Lambert's marriage dissolves,
Oh, okay.
right? They're keeping up with content because obviously that's what's like bringing in the money, that's what's paying the bills.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they love this gator, but they're kind of at an impasse. More like the opening of their marriage definitely started the closing of it as well.
Oh, it was a mistake.
It was a mistake, yeah. It was a mistake.
Well,
And
how many platinum members are there? Can I see that on the page?
uh 312.
Wow. Okay. And they all had the
They're making a
opportunity to
shitload of money.
okay. So,
Yeah, you see that number, you go, yeah, if this were like a dozen, I might have like a shot, but like
right,
three, and when you get to triple digits, it's like a mathematical impossibility, and then,
right.
you know,
Okay.
crippling that.
Well, too bad for them, I guess. Does this bother me? Am I affected by this?
Oh, deeply.
Oh man.
Yeah. Because the Lamberts are like kind of a part of your life too,
Okay.
like the whole thing is like it's their family.
I feel like I know him.
The Lamberts and their alligator who they call Mr. Scum.
Mr. Scum?
Mr.
Why?
Scum. Um, it's kind of an inside joke between the two of them.
Okay. Well, fine.
It's because he used to call her Mrs. Cum. That was his
Oh,
little like cute nickname for her.
what?
And they had like yeah, and they had like they had a little boy, so it's like the same letters, it's just MR dot scum. So every time like they would say it, they would both kind of look at each other and just giggle.
Man, these guys, this is a weird couple, man. I think I
Yeah,
started
yeah,
off
for
I
sure.
started off thinking like, well, okay, these guys are maybe their lifestyle is a little bit different, but maybe they're fine. But they sound like fucking weirdos, man. I don't know about these guys.
Yeah, they're definitely kind of weirdos. So like he sticks around, right? And she leaves him is what ultimately happens, right? She leaves him for a lover, uh a passionate lover.
Okay.
He was one of the platinum members. His name was Chevette.
Chevette.
Just yeah, his because his parents conceived him in the back of a Chevette,
Okay.
and he was brought into this world and named after a moment of passion, and he's been searching for it ever since. And he found it with her. And
Okay.
he drove a wedge in their marriage, and opening it up was certainly the wrong move. So she leaves, and she's like, "I'm done." She's like, "I never cared about this gator." Like she's like online blowing
Oh,
it up.
whoa.
She's like, "This is fucking stupid." She goes,
Man,
"Yeah,
this
I'm out. I don't
I
want
knew
anything to do with this."
I fucking knew that these were weirdos. This is no good, man.
Right. So he puts out a statement online, and he's like, "Hey, I know you guys heard the news." He goes, "Yeah, we're splitting up. It's for real. It's for good." He goes, "This is gonna be really tough. I've never like taken care of this alligator. Mr. Scum is like full-time job." He goes, "I like it's more than I can handle right now." He goes, "If anybody could find in their heart to help, I'd be forever grateful." You pack a bag,
What?
you go, you drive to Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Oh no. Damn. Come on.
You're like, "I'm going to help,"
Yeah, fuck yeah.
you know?
All right. I guess I'm this is kind of cool.
You show up, and over the course of a couple of years, you just kind of blend into the culture. Your car gives out, you buy an old Chevy truck, you got a big fat, juicy wad of dip in that hot little mouth.
Oh, Jesus. And that's just culturally
You got
part of
dip,
what we do.
you got dip stains going all down the
Ugh,
side of your truck,
gross.
right? They
Mm.
call it the Arkansas paint job. It's when one side of your truck looks like it's been covered in like brown spit. You're definitely and you're dude, your mouth is a brush at this point,
Oh
like
my
it is
God.
all over your truck.
Gross. Stop talking about my mouth.
So you show up, right? You show up to the Lambert Ranch, right? You get there, like I said, you fall in, and over the course of a couple years, you become like a hired hand on the ranch.
Okay.
You and Mr. Scum, you get along great, right? You take care of a lot of his feedings, a lot of his cleanings. He sort of like trusts you pretty much right away. You become a real piece of the community. You don't have to pay for your platinum card anymore. You're on the videos. People are paying for you.
Wow.
Things level out at the ranch. You find comfort in Mr. Lambert. You find wisdom in his age. You find like a mentor, you know, in like an unlikely place from a lot of perspectives.
Yeah. Okay.
And you find a friend in Mr. Scum, a brother almost, child almost. You really care about Mr. Scum. You see him every day. You talk to him every day. You spend more time with Mr. Scum than you spend with any other thing alive.
What do I talk to him about? Like I just talk to him like he's a pet, kind of like you talk to a dog,
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah. Just what's
Okay.
going on,
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
I can see
yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah.
Man, Mr. Scum. Me and Mr.
So
Scum.
you're hanging out one night on the ranch, right?
Hmm.
They got a bunch of other animals there, but you're hanging out. You got like a trailer, right, on the ranch. You're watching the Learning Channel, a show called When Animals Fuck, and it's just animals fucking each other for 30
Okay.
minutes. Animals fucking, getting fucked. There's music that they put on in the background.
I mean, like, what's
They'll
the
slow it down, throw some
is
Boney James on.
is it like scientific, like they explain stuff, or is it just it's
No, it's
just
erotic, dude.
that's the word? Okay, whatever.
I mean, it's footage of animals fucking, but they spice it up, they jazz it up,
That sucks so bad.
you know.
Okay, whatever.
So you're watching that, you're just watching that.
Just watching it.
You got a Salisbury steak microwave dinner.
Okay. Things are looking up.
You set the brownie to the side. You look at it and you go, "I'm gonna destroy you later."
Jeez.
And then you just eat your dinner.
Yeah.
So you're in the trailer, right? And eating your fucking dinner, watching TV. When all of a sudden it just gets like eerily quiet. Normally, like the ranch, there's something walking around or doing something or making a noise. Like it's just a place where there's just stuff happening well into the night.
Okay.
You got a roving pack of raccoons running around the perimeter. There's
That's
four of
cool.
them, and they spend all night. They've done this forever. You don't know like how long it's been going on or what, but they'll start at the northern corner and they'll work their way clockwise, and they just walk around the perimeter of the ranch in the middle of the night. There's a couple videos of them like scaring off snakes or like a coyote, and when they
Really?
do, they all like high five. It's like they're
They
like they're clearly organized in some fashion, right?
Okay, I guess I would just leave that alone. I'm not getting involved with that. I'm just here for a
No, no,
gator.
no, you don't. And that's what you thought originally.
Oh.
And you learn to love like everything on the ranch, Yeah, like you're there specifically for the gator, but that's also like everything that's all your gator's family.
Hmm. Okay.
So you said there one night, just had your Salisbury steak, everything goes quiet. You kind of like walk into your kitchen, you look out the window, and in like the gator pen, you see like a flashlight. You see a second flashlight.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Oh, I investigate. I try to get as close as I can, as quick as I can, but I stay in the shadows.
You creep to the shadows.
Yeah.
You turn around, there's like a line of animals behind you. They're all creeping too. you know.
Like
You peek
who
your head around
or
the
what?
door. Like there's a two goats, Billy and Willie. Um, they've been fighting for years, every
Okay.
day, just ramming their fucking heads together. But they're sort of in unison right now. Uh there's Daniel. He is a Cocker Spaniel. They call him Daniel the Spaniel. He is like just, kind of looking like casually interested. He's up on his back legs. He's got his front paws on Willie's butt. There is a like several chickens, there's a couple of cats,
A solid crew.
a solid crew of animals, 10, 12 deep. You look back in their direction as you're counting them, you see the lights of the roving pack of raccoons as they sort of spin by. They're in like a star formation and they're just like spinning along a fence line.
Whoa. Those raccoons.
Nothing gets by them at night, dude.
It sounds like it, man.
So you kind of peek your head in. You see two people. Looks to be like a man and a woman holding flashlights, looking through like rifling through a drawer. There's nothing in there. It's all like science documents or whatever, food logs, water logs, activity log. Like it's nothing of any like financial consequence. But you look in and you see him like rifling through your papers. What do you do?
I think I just start yelling.
What do you yell?
Like, hey, what the fuck?
You yell, hey, what the fuck? And they sort of freeze. You see both flashlights like shining your direction. And then from the opposite end of the building, you hear a low, dull in a way that like is crushing. Like like the way that like a fucking jackhammer just like breaks apart brick and road. The sound of this growl that comes from the other end of the building break rock. It's just that dull and crushing and guttural. And you look and you see Mr. Scum step out of the pond. It's like his enclosure. It's where he fucking lives.
Yeah.
You see him step out of the pond, and he's a big boy at this point. It's like 9.5 feet long,
That's a big
weighs like a
boy.
fucking ton.
Yeah.
And you hear a very familiar voice say, "Don't move," and you recognize it
Who is
as
it?
the disgraced wife who ran
Oh,
out on her husband
didn't ever care about Mr. Scum.
and her disgraced lover, no longer a platinum member.
Okay.
But you see that they're both scared, right?
Yeah.
They're stuck in between you and Mr. Scum. She turns a flashlight back to you and she shines. She goes, Pat, let us out of here right now.
I go, you got some explaining to do. What was real?
And she's
Was any of it
she's like,
real?
Pat. She said, Pat, the gator was not my idea. But I love Mr. Scum. I grew attached to Mr. Scum. She goes, I just couldn't live with him. She shines like a flashlight up towards the house.
But then how come you said that you didn't care about Mr. Scum?
She goes, I was angry. Have you ever fallen out of love with anyone? She goes, do you know what that's like? You'll say anything to get out of that situation.
Okay,
She
fair
goes, I
enough.
was angry and confused.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
She goes, but Mr. Scum really grew on me. You see Mr. Scum like take a couple steps forward. He like opens his mouth. He roars at her a little bit, He just
Yeah,
growls,
in a friendly way.
snaps his fucking jaws. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Maybe you
She
should
goes,
step
Pat, you
back.
need to let us out of here right now. She goes, I'm not fucking around, Pat. She pulls a She pulls a gun from her bag.
Whoa.
She sort of levels it at Mr. Scum. She goes, Pat, you got to let me out or I'm going to put one right between this fucker's eyes.
I think I look at Mr.
Mr. Scum
Scum.
kind of looks at you.
Yeah.
You guys share a moment of eye contact.
What do his eyes tell me?
You feel an intense bond to Mr. Scum in that moment.
Yeah.
You feel a moment where almost like Mr. Scum is saying, remember how you always taught me, Sensei, not to be violent unless absolutely necessary. And then he kind of like turns
Oh,
and looks at them and then back at you and he goes, I think this is one of those times.
then I leap forward and I kick that gun out of that fucking person's hand.
So you lean you like run you like rush her,
Yeah.
right? And you go to kick the gun out of her hand. Her lover steps in front of her and just like slugs you in the face and knocks you to the
Oh,
ground,
damn.
right? You
All
did,
right. Well
and
then.
he's like, come on, man. And she like freaks out. She turns and she like levels the gun at you. And Mr. Scum, you're like laying on your side. You got blood coming out of your nose.
Oh
Mr.
man.
Scum, like his eyes like get real wide, and then he turns and runs, and he just fucking mauls this lady. And he just takes
Oh.
her first leg out. He just bites it right off at the hip, and he
Oof.
swallows it. Right, he bites her second leg off at the hip, and she's just yelling. Right, she's in shock. Drops the
Yeah.
gun.
Jeez.
He leaves her torso there to bleed out.
Oh my
He does the
God.
same thing with
Oh, Mr.
the
Scum.
lover. Right, he eats both of their legs and then he sort of like nudges their torsos together so they are able to hold each other during their last moments, but they both bleed out right there on the floor, right?
Well, I mean, well, there's that at least. Okay. Wow, that is not good. That
So
is
you're
a lot.
standing there, right?
I'm probably in
And
shock.
the old man comes down, right? He turns the lights on. He sees you laying on the floor. He sees his legless ex-wife and legless lover laying there, and his prize gator bloated, full as a dog's tick.
Oh, no.
Mr. Scum lets out a little belch and slides back into the water.
Ooh.
The old man looks down at you and he goes, Pat, what the fuck happened here?
Oh man.
He sees her on the ground. He goes, my wife.
Yeah, I
And
don't know what to.
he like walks over to her and he like leans down. He like brushes her hair from her face. He pushes like the lover's body away. It rolls down like a little ramp. It gets fucking dong, 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 right? Very disrespectful.
Yeah.
He sits there with a couple of moments for her. He cries. He closes her eyes, and then he walks over to you and he goes, "What did you do to my wife?" And
Hey
he
man.
stomps on your
No.
jaw,
Oh.
and he breaks your jaw, and the heel of
No.
his boot goes right through your spine. It severs your spine, and your head like pops off like a fucking zit, right? It just pops up in the air, and
What?
then Mr. Scum, like this reptile part of his brain kicked in, and he saw food flying through the air, and he
No.
just like launched up and just ate it whole. He just ate it whole, and your head got digested with their legs. And he got shit out with four legs a couple days later. You came out with like
Oh.
a pair of pants, a skirt, four shoes,
Okay.
and your dumb fucking head came out in a turd.
Oh man, that is really, really, really gross.
The old
Uh
man opened up the desk when he
yeah.
saw it,
Mhm.
and he wrote into the log, turd, comma, one, comma, glad to be rid of this. And then he closed the log and he never entered another.
Why not? What happened to him?
And he left town. He couldn't handle it. He just left. He abandoned all the animals. 75% of them died before people could get to him. The other 25% were just wrecked. And,
Lit
Mr. Scum ate a lot of what was, the apex predators really kind of did a number, and Mr. Scum being at the top of that. He took out most small mammals except for those fucking raccoons. He was never able to catch them.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that. I mean, the raccoon resistance. I guess you could call them. Man.
After they shut down the location with all the animals, after they
Hmm.
shut down the ranch and like rehomed everybody, uh, just the perimeter of the fence is all that stood, and every night those four raccoons could be seen dancing along the edge of that fence, protecting the property as they always have.
Man. Oof. There. Oof. Man, that one ended really intensely.
Yeah, with a fucking boot through your jaw.
Where did the guy go when he left town?
Some people say Las Vegas,
Eh?
Arizona, somewhere out west.
Oh, okay.
Nobody really knows for sure.